For 3 centuries, the Vorn Collective had been the undisputed masters of the Milky Way. Their sleek obsidian ships appeared without warning above peaceful worlds, demanding tribute or unleashing devastation. Thousands of species lived in perpetual fear, their economies drained to satisfy Vorn appetites, their brightest minds conscripted to advance Vorn technology. Humanity had been fortunate, or perhaps unfortunate, to have developed in a remote spiral arm, far from the Collective's initial expansion. By the time the Vorn discovered Earth in 2157, humans had already colonized Mars and established outposts throughout the solar system. Captain Tom Reed of the United Earth Defense Force stood on the bridge of the UES Defiant as the first Vorn dreadnought entered Earth orbit. The alien vessel dwarfed anything humanity had built, stretching nearly 15 kilometers from bow to stern. "Incoming transmission," announced Lisa, the communications officer. Her face had gone pale. The view screen flickered to life, revealing a Vorn commander. The alien's cephalopod-like features were partially obscured by a translucent breathing apparatus, but its 6 eyes blinked independently, studying the human crew. "Your species will submit," the Vorn stated flatly. "Standard tribute requirements will be transmitted. Failure to comply will result in the sterilization of your homeworld." The transmission ended. Humanity had 48 hours to respond. In an emergency session of the United Earth Council, Admiral Ben Walker presented their limited options. "We can't win a direct confrontation. Their technology outclasses ours by centuries." Director Anna Wilson of Earth Intelligence cleared her throat. "There might be another way. For the past decade, we've been monitoring transmissions from other subjugated worlds. The Vorn aren't invincible, they're just overwhelmingly powerful. But they have a critical weakness: arrogance. That arrogance had bred complacency. While the Vorn maintained technological superiority, they hadn't innovated in generations. They simply appropriated the brightest minds from conquered species to refine their existing technology. Humanity formally accepted Vorn dominion the next day, but quietly implemented Operation Trojan. Earth would appear to submit while working to undermine the Collective from within. The initial years were difficult. The Vorn stripped Earth's resources, conscripted thousands of engineers and scientists, and established permanent orbital stations to monitor compliance. Outwardly, humanity bent the knee. Privately, they prepared. Dr. Jack Morgan, a brilliant physicist who specialized in quantum communications, was among those forcibly relocated to the Vorn Central Research Facility on Proxima Centauri B. There he met similar conscripts from dozens of alien civilizations, all working under Vorn supervision. "They don't understand what they've built," Morgan whispered to Rel, a 6-limbed mathematician from the Andromeda Galaxy. "They've been copying and implementing technologies for so long they've lost the fundamental understanding of how these systems work." Morgan used his position to establish a covert network among the conscripted scientists. Earth had developed a plan, and now they needed allies. Meanwhile, on Earth, Commander Maria Ortiz led a clandestine program to reverse engineer Vorn technology from the few pieces of equipment they could discreetly acquire. Progress was slow until Morgan's network began feeding information back to Earth through quantum-entangled particles that bypassed traditional communications monitoring. 10 years into the occupation, the first human-designed ship incorporating modified Vorn technology was secretly constructed in an underground facility beneath the Pacific Ocean. The vessel, codenamed Phoenix, was a quarter the size of a Vorn scout ship but incorporated several critical improvements based on the collaborative work of Morgan's multi-species science network. The Vorn never suspected resistance. In their 50,000-year history, no subjugated species had ever successfully rebelled. This certainty was their undoing. On the anniversary of Earth's capitulation, coordinated strikes disabled the Vorn monitoring stations throughout the solar system. The Phoenix and 5 sister ships, constructed in secret, emerged to engage the surprise Vorn dreadnought in orbit. "This is Captain William Fox of the Earth Liberation Fleet." Fox broadcast on all frequencies as the Phoenix executed maneuvers the rigid Vorn tactical systems couldn't predict. "Your reign ends today." The battle was brief but decisive. The smaller human vessels moved with unprecedented agility, exploiting weaknesses in Vorn shielding identified by Morgan's network. When the dreadnought exploded, the shockwave was visible from Earth's surface. This was only the beginning. Morgan had ensured that every subjugated species received detailed plans to exploit Vorn weaknesses. As news of Earth's successful rebellion spread through the quantum communication network, uprisings erupted throughout the galaxy. The Vorn, accustomed to absolute obedience, had no contingency for widespread rebellion. Their centralized command structure collapsed under the simultaneous pressure from dozens of fronts. Within one Earth year, the collective that had terrorized the galaxy for centuries ceased to exist as a unified power. In its place, a galactic cooperative formed, with Earth playing a central role due to their initiative in orchestrating the liberation. Admiral Walker, now representing humanity in the cooperative's inaugural summit, addressed the gathered delegates from hundreds of formerly subjugated worlds. The Vorn believed that domination was the natural order of the universe, he said. They were wrong. The natural order isn't domination but cooperation. Not subjugation, but synthesis. We prevailed not because we were stronger, but because we understood what they never could, that true power comes from working together. As representatives from across the galaxy applauded, Dr. Morgan stood quietly at the back of the chamber. He thought of all those who hadn't lived to see this day, of the struggles still ahead as former enemies learned to become allies. But for the first time in 3 centuries, the galaxy looked toward the future with hope rather than fear. Humans hadn't just taken back control, they had transformed it into something better.